Hey y'all, it's Leah. Welcome back to my series on creating an ideas book of junk journal elements. We're making templates of things that we want to be able to include in future journals. So right now I am recovering from wrist surgery. I have this fun brace and I am not able to craft very much. So I can do very little. And so I have had to go back into some previous journals to find some ideas that I know I want to replicate in future journals. And so this is my December journal from 2022. I never did really finish a cover. I have a big issue with covers. I don't know why. It's where I struggle the most. I really need to work on that. But this is a fun little thing that I thought would be really cool to include in the future. It is very versatile. It can be done a couple of different ways, and it's got a lot of different uses. So it serves uses as a pocket, and then there's also some hidden journaling space in there. So the way I have it glued right now, I have a pocket here, I have a pocket here, and then when I open this up, now I have some journaling space. Now you could definitely add a pocket here depending on how you glued it, and you can add a pocket in the top depending on how you glued it. So it's giving you lots of different options. You can also have 2 spaces for journaling, or even 3 if you wanted to not glue it at all on the front. So like I said, super versatile. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started on this. For this one, you're probably going to want double-sided paper, but that is completely up to you. I am going to use one of mine. Let's see. I have one example that is not double-sided and one that is. Okay. I'm starting to use patterned paper so y'all can see things a little bit better, because in watching some of my previous videos, I realized it might have been a little more difficult for you to see. So you can start, many of us have 12 by 12 paper pads. So that is what I pulled from this. So I left it at 12 inches across. And then you want, my original paper was 8 by 12. I had cut that down because I know I want it to be 8 high. That's where I want this top, pull that again. I wanted the whole width, or the whole height, to be 8 inches, okay? Because most of my journals, I use 8.5 by 11 paper, and I wanted it a little bit shorter than that because if I had to cut it down in different things. So I figured 8 would be a good number to go with. So you want to cut it as tall as you want your finished piece to be, and then you want it to be as wide as 4 times your finished width. Okay, so if this one I think is I think it's 3 across, so I need 3 times 4, so I need 12 inches across. So that's where a 12 by 12 piece of paper is going to come in handy. Okay, I do have, no, that was 12 as well. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use, is an 8 by 12 piece of paper. Then I am going to take it and take my paper trimmer, and the way I did it is I positioned my paper kind of like this, and you might have to kind of play around with this. You might have to cut part of it and then scooch it up a little bit to cut the whole part, because I know I'm not even, because I am right on the edge of where my paper cutter went. But basically what you want to cut, the angle you want to cut, is wherever you want this part, your finished part, to be. This is going to be the very front flap or front pocket of your finished product. So however tall you want this to be is the angle that you need to cut this. So obviously if you want a really tall piece, you're not going to angle as much. You might have a taller piece there, but you might not be angling as much. So just kind of play around with it and see. Again, none of this is exact, because your journal is yours. You get to decide how you do things. Okay, once you have this cut, now you need to decide which direction you are going to have your angle facing, and then which side of your paper. So if I was using double-sided paper, I'd need to decide which one do I want my background to be, what angle do I want? Do I want it facing this side, or do I want it facing this side? Because that's going to determine how you are doing your folding. So I'm going to do it like this because I want my final fold to be the flowers, because I just have white on this side. Okay, so I'm going to take from my right corner, I'm going to fold it in half this way and make a good crease. Okay, and then I am going to take from the left side, just taking this top piece, and I'm going to fold that over and make a good crease there. Okay, I'm going to flip the whole thing over, and I'm going to go from this right side, and I'm going to do it this way and fold. Okay, so now I have that done. So now I'm going to decide how I want to glue this. So this is where you have options. You can have your front one open and be your journaling space, or you can make that a pocket. You can have this one open and be journaling space, or you can make a pocket, and then you can have this one open or journaling space, for journaling space, or make a pocket. So I think for this one, I want my journaling space, I don't really want it to be in the front for this example. If I was going to have it in the front, I would probably put some kind of closure on it, because otherwise it's just going to pop open like that. So I think I'm going to do this one exactly how I did my other sample. So I'm going to leave that one open, although that's going to really, it's going to pop up no matter what I do. Actually, I think I'm going to do this one because yeah, we're going to go that way. So now I'm going to glue just on two sides. Oops. Making a mess. So I'm going to glue that one down. And that one's going to be my journaling, because then I would add a little piece of like coffee dyed paper or something in here, and have that open. So then I'm going to glue this one on two sides. And close that down. Okay. And yeah, that does kind of pop open a little bit. You can make this out of regular paper. It doesn't have to be cardstock, and that would prevent it from laying flat quite a bit. I don't know how I got that one super flat. I think it was the type that paper has kind of a texture to it, so I think it folds better, and so it kind of sticks down a little bit more. All right, and that's all there is to it. Then you would just decorate it however you want. This one I just added a couple of little stickers, and then here again I had these little journaling cards that I added, and then just a couple of little things at the top. Okay, so that is our diagonal pocket flip. So again, we're starting with a rectangle that is 4 times your finished width. So in this case, this is 3 inches, and so I needed 12 inches going across. And then my height, I want it to be, I wanted mine 8 inches, and so I needed to make sure that my height was that measurement. So I did an 8 by 12 piece of paper is what I started with. Then I cut that diagonally across from that very top corner, and then to the bottom, like coming to the desired height of this front pocket. Okay, so you need to decide, this is the key part. I'm going to write that on here. That's your diagonal cut. And then this is the height. Add that. And then we'll do 4 times for that part. So then we've just got some little notes to ourselves, okay? Then you're gonna fold it in half. Then you'll fold that front flap in half in the other direction, and then you'll repeat with the back half. So you flip it over and then fold that back half. Then you're gonna decide, do you wanna glue 2 flaps down to create pockets? Do you wanna leave 1 open for journaling? Do you wanna do, you can have them all journaling, you can have them all pockets. It is totally up to you, and then decorate as desired. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this into our journal. Where is this one gonna go? Will it fit? Yes, it will. Oh, and look, I already have a paper clip here, so I think I'm just gonna do that. We will pop that there. And then we'll add a little glue to this one. So I hope y'all are enjoying this series. Please feel free to comment anytime, or my email is in my description, or my about this channel kind of thing. And so you're welcome to email me if you have ideas for things, or maybe you found a video, or you're trying to figure out how to make something. Maybe you saw a picture and you're like, I don't know how to do this. I love a good challenge, so feel free to message me with those videos or different things and say like, hey Leah, can you figure out how to do this? And show it. And so I am more than happy to do that. If I can't figure it out, I will be honest and tell you. But I like I said, I love a challenge and trying to figure that stuff out. So thank you for joining me, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.